What is up, everybody? It is Wick here. I'm out at the thrift stores looking for things I can flip on eBay, Amazon, online somewhere and make some money. Down here, I see these Justin boots, and I've sold these before, women's style. They sell decently, so these are $9.99. They're in really good condition, so I decided to go ahead and pick those up. Should be able to sell them for around $40. I'm looking them over, making sure there's no major damage. So many times I look these things over, and I get them home and I see holes or something in them. It's very annoying. Over here, I see some more shoes I'm interested in. These are FootJoy shoes. These are FootJoy Classics. And I've sold some FootJoy Classics before for like $180, and they've sold very quickly. This style, I think it's more of a woman's style. I'm not 100% sure, which means they'll sell a bit slower, and the spikes on the bottom were falling apart, but still decided to pick them up. Should be able to make some money. $1.99 for that Little Mermaid vintage lunchbox. There's no thermos, so I kind of just left it. Over here in the board games, I'm looking for, well, board games, toys, and I see this Jurassic World, or it's actually Jurassic Park vintage dinosaur, and I've talked about these a lot on the channel. This one has some sort of like Play-Doh stuff on it there on the tail, but otherwise good condition. I've already sold that. I think I sold it for $70, so great deal. May have already seen me pick this up because I think I put a short out for this, just experimenting when I got the new Meta glasses. But yeah, not a bad pickup at all. I also talked about it recently in a bolo video. There's one that's crazy colorful, and those can sell for about $300 if you find that version. There's some other dinosaur items around. As far as I know, they're not worth anything. Here's a new cart that came out at Goodwill, and I see some Nike shoes. It's got my attention. Nike torches, and I don't recall why I didn't buy these, but there was some reason. Maybe there was a tear, or perhaps they just weren't selling great. Usually the Nike torches sell pretty decent, so there must have been just too much wear on them, and maybe they were priced up. I don't see a sticker. I don't remember why I didn't buy them, but trying to be more picky on the shoes because I have so many still to list from the past year or so. I pick up so many, and they do take time to clean and energy. So, you know, got so much to list. I don't want to spend a lot of time cleaning shoes just for little bits of profit. Here's I don't think it's vintage, but it's one of these basketball games. I think it's a remake. Either way, old or new, based on some research I done, just wasn't worth picking up. Here at this Goodwill, more carts coming out. At this one, just came in. I don't know how much these have been picked through because they were already out when I came in, but still, we're going to check them out, see if there's anything good. This Goodwill, their prices are one of the worst I go to, so I don't really expect to find too much good stuff. Here I see this sealed Gundam model, though. It's $1.99, and I'm like, well, I'm just picking that up. And I know some of those Gundam model kits can be hundreds of dollars. I was pretty sure that one wasn't great, and it's not really great, but still it's worth picking up at $1.99 sealed. This one is also new, but the seal's missing for $1.99. It's a different one. So I currently have those both listed together for like $30 or something. Here's a little Star Wars toy. I did not think this was going to be worth picking up. I put it in the cart to look up, and I was surprised by the comps on that. Of course, as always, at the end of the video, we're going to go over everything I found thrifting, so we'll talk about all that stuff. Here is this is a Toy Story, not Toy Story, Disney Cars or Disney Planes, I guess is the actual term. Could have been worth picking up, but it was missing a door on the bottom. I looked it up at $5 or $6 what it was. I ended up just leaving it behind. Here I am looking up this Tapple game, brand new sealed, and it's worth selling on Amazon for me, so I pick it up. Not huge profit, but again, it's so easy for me to ship in stuff to Amazon when I do. Here's a bag of Peppa Pig figures. How much were those? Like $2.99? They lot up pretty well. I should be able to sell those for some profit. So decided to pick them up. Checking to see if there's any more hidden toys I might want. Here in this Goodwill is one of these carts, another new one. See a Tonka truck, they got this one priced up a bit. I do look it up, and unfortunately it's just not worth picking up. I do see something there I want. Here's a clock I see over here, I'm checking it out. It was priced high as well. I don't know why I didn't buy that Nerf gun, because I've sold that one before. It did take a long time to sell, but I think I sold it for $40, so really not sure why I didn't pick it up. I saw it, I recognized it, I just was like, I think because I got a bad experience selling a Nerf gun recently, so it just kind of turned me off a bit on them. But here's a projector. This was also priced a little too high for me to want to mess with. Here's one of these cold therapy things. I've found and sold these before for pretty good money. Can't really sell them. I guess you can sell them on eBay. I've sold them before, but they might get removed because they're considered medical. But there's also something very good on the bottom of that cart. I didn't notice. I thought it was a blanket or something. But on the way out, I saw it and picked it up. So you'll be seeing that in the haul. Here's another cart. I see this figure. And it's some sort of like Mexican doll or something. I Google lensed it, tried to do some research. I couldn't see where any was selling, making it worthwhile to pick up. What else do we have on this cart? Looks like some binoculars and this vintage sandbox toy, which I don't remember exactly. I think I Google lensed that. I can't remember if I actually found one or I just decided to pass on it. I don't think it was big money. Here's another one of those figures. Like I said, I just decided not to buy those. There's a basket down there as well. I think that basket was priced pretty high. They usually price them like $15-20, so not worth picking up. Here at a church thrift store I'm in, looking for stuff. I see these Polk Audio speaker covers, and they're $2 a piece, and I'm assuming they're probably worth picking up because Polk Audio stuff usually is, at least sealed. So I do kind of do some research. I don't really find them, but I pick them up anyway. I'm glad I did because it turns out I think they're worth some decent profit. Over here in the media, they got some games out, which is kind of rare because usually they send those to Shop Goodwill. There's Loomies 2 and Medieval. And I do end up buying Medieval, and I've already sold that one pretty quickly. Loomies 2 I put back. I can't remember exactly why. Found this too, a nice Western shirt, which is worth a decent amount of money. So happily picked that up, but let me show you everything I got today. Great finds. Check it out. Got a really cool haul here to show you. Start back here with this Darth Vader plush. This is a Hallmark plush. Itty Bitty or Itsy Bitsy, I believe the line is called. Found this at Goodwill. It was on a cart. It was in a bag. The bag down there on the floor, it was, looks like $12.99 is what I paid for it. I looked it up and I was seeing some good comps where they were selling in the 70s, I think like $75. It should be somewhere between like $20 and $30 max, depending on how far it's going. So I'm probably going to price this $74.99 plus shipping, and it should get a sale at some point. Here's a cool find. I've talked about these for years, probably over a decade on the channel. Some of these vintage Jurassic Park figures. Anytime you see the little like JP logo there and a number, it's usually an older one. This one was $3.99. Looked it up and it was about $75 to $80 for this one. It has like this glitter, like sticky stuff on it. I'll have to get off. It is coming off. But no tears in the flesh, which is good. So I'm imagining I'll be selling that for about $75. Right here, I just got some of these Peppa Pig figures. It's not huge money or anything, but for $3.99. I'll probably just sell them all as a lot unless I have something special. Some of the figures will sell for like $20, $25 by themselves. But I should be able to sell these at least $25 unless there's a better one in there. Got some great shoe pickups today. Picked up these Justin boots for $9.99. They're in extremely good condition, almost new, steel toe. I've sold these before. I usually price them about $40 and they sell quickly. I might be able to price these $45 just because they're in such good condition. Won't have to take any time to clean them, so $10 paying is worth it. I got these Air, 27Cs. This style of Nike also sells pretty well pre-owned. I've sold some upwards to $80. This particular one looking more like $40. They are in good condition. I keep thinking I see dirt, but I think it's just shadows on the green. Paid $5 for them, so I'm going to be selling them somewhere between $30 and $40 for sure. These are pretty good. I've talked about them on the channel before. FootJoy shoes. These are the FootJoy Classics. The spikes on the bottom have pretty much rotted completely off. You see they're even still falling off there on the table. They can be replaced, so it's not a big deal. It still, won't affect the sale that much. I will price them lower because of that, but it's hard to say what this exact style. I was seeing some priced $375. I've sold a pair similar to this. They were white and black classics. I sold for like $200 pre-owned. They're kind of a weird size, like size 7, which is pretty small. I don't know if they're women's. I couldn't find the exact style number, so I'll have to figure it out, but I think somewhere between like $100 and $150 I'm pricing those. I've sold a couple pairs of these FootJoy Classics and they do move one pair very quickly, so I'm confident they will sell. Then at the thrift store, I picked up these for $1. Certain ones do sell well. They're the Johnson and Murphy Aristocraft shoes. These are just in really good condition for $1. The penny loafers I think will sell for like 30 or 40. This is a pretty good style, pretty good size, so great profit coming in for only paying $1. But if I add up all 4 pairs, it is great profit coming in. So I got some toys at Goodwill, just kind of bread and butter type items. Of course, I hoped these would be worth more than they were because some of these Gundam models can go in the hundreds. I knew this small, they weren't going to be like $100 model kits, but at $1.99, this one's new. It's just open package. All the parts are still sealed. This one's still sealed on the outside, both $1.99. One of them was selling for like $25. I think I saw one sell between like $15 and $20. Probably just gonna lot them together for like $30 plus shipping. They should sell no problem. I see this kind of stuff a lot, thrifting at Goodwill and garage sales. Some of these newer Star Wars toys, and they're almost never worth it when you scan them. So this is one of those situations, I threw it in the cart. I'm like, I'll just do a quick scan on it. And it's surprising, $25, $30 for this figure. It looks like it's a pretty good one. If I could sell it on Amazon, I bet you I could get it $50. There's currently none on Amazon. It's new, but Hasbro and Disney, it's hard to sell their stuff on Amazon because they always have it restricted. But $1.99, I'll put it on eBay for about $30. I also got this Medieval Resurrection PSP game. It is complete. It was $2.99, so I think it sells for about $30 complete. Got this sealed Candyman game. I paid $2.99 for it. Mostly just kind of because I liked it. I decided just to pick it up. I like buying sealed figures and stuff when I can get them pretty cheap. Can't make money on it. Probably could make $10 on it selling on eBay. Might just go ahead and throw it on there. It's not something I'm super attached to. And then I picked up this because I liked it for a couple bucks. It is a like Aztec design vintage ashtray. And I saw some selling for like 15 to 18 bucks. It's small. I figured it would be a fun thing to sell. All easy to list stuff. Here's another one of these Donjoy Iceman clear 3s. I got one fairly recently. I've probably found like 4 or 5 at this point. Now, this is something that you might not want to sell on eBay. Now, I have sold 1 or 2 of these on eBay and not have any problems, but they can get flagged for medical and be removed. It's some sort of like ice therapy. I'm not even sure what it is. I've had people in the comments tell me you need prescription for this type of item. I'm not sure if that's true, but I've sold them on Mercari as well. And if you look on eBay, there's plenty of comps where they've actually sold. There's actually way more solds than there are comps. You also see where some of the items have been removed. I'll probably put this on Mercari for like $60, I think is around where I sold the last one. I've sold them before for like $90 on eBay. Might be able to sell it locally. It's just hard to leave it there when I've made so much money on the ones in the past. But I don't think I'll sell it on eBay just because why tempt fate, right? Even though they've sold successfully for me. I am looking for more things to cross list as well. People ask me, do you cross list? Do I do all that? I have a link in the description for the software I've used before. I quit using it because it didn't auto remove items after they sold on one platform. So you sell something on Mercari, it would still be listed on eBay. They've done an update to where if something sells on Mercari, it removes it from eBay. If something sells on eBay, it removes it from Mercari, Poshmark, wherever you're listing all this stuff. If you're not familiar, you list like on eBay and then it just transfers all the listings over to all the other platforms you want to sell on. Very good tool. Talked about it a few years ago, but now that this update is happening, I'm going to try to get back into it. It also auto delist your items and relist them so they're refreshed, so you don't have to go through and do that if that's something you want to do. Link in the description for that. You can try it for free. I'm going to be making an updated video soon. Every week, I probably get, I don't know, a dozen questions related to cross-listing and delisting and all that stuff. So if that is something you're interested in, check out the link in the description for the software I use. Got a couple cool clothing finds at Goodwill. This Heart of America vintage Chevy satin jacket. Ended up paying $5 for this. At Goodwill, you never know if they're going to charge you $5 or $10. Some people charge for light jackets $5. Others will charge $10 for any sort of jacket, so happy to get it for $5. This particular color seems to be more rare than some of the other satin jackets. I saw some over the past 3 years selling for like $50, $60, so didn't see any currently listed for this color, so I'm probably going to price mine like $60 plus shipping. I do smell a little bit of cigarette smoke or something coming from it, so might have to lower the price on that. Also, since we're talking about clothing, let me pop over here. I got this Brooks & Dunn vintage Panhandle Slim Western shirt. These are great. The more insane the design, the better. Some of the ones with the flames will sell for like $100. I do think this is about a $40 shirt with this design, at minimum $30. It's in good condition. Paid, I guess, $5 for this, or $5.09 because Goodwill raised the price of their shirts recently. But at the thrift store, I found these Polk Audio speaker covers. They were only $2, brand new sealed. I was having trouble researching in the store, finding comps. I didn't know if these were going to be like $15 items or better than that. So I just ended up buying them $2 a piece. Happy I did, because I found some of these exact ones that sold over the past 3 years for $40 a piece. Didn't see this exact one listed on eBay, I don't think, so probably gonna price mine around $40, maybe $30 plus shipping, something like that. Gonna make great profit for only paying $2 a piece though. Here's a couple board games, a decent one here, Trekking, brand new sealed. Paid $5 for this one, but it is a $50 game on Amazon, and I'm allowed to sell it on there, it looks like, so anytime I find games now and anything I can sell on Amazon, always better. It sells great on eBay too. Very popular game with great reviews. So is this one, brand new sealed, which is why I bought it. Ranked 271 in toys on Amazon, and I paid $3.99 for it. Now this one I'm only going to make like $6 in the end. And I have to say this, for someone who doesn't sell on Amazon, they might be like, that's not worth it. But I just scan in all my sealed items and everything I sell on Amazon, and all I have to do is print out stickers and put over the UPC, and I ship it in with a bunch of other products. It cost me like $0.25 to ship some, well, probably more now because fees went up, but like 50, 75 cents, something like that, to ship it into Amazon, and then Amazon ships it out for free using Prime. So that's why I buy something where I pay $4 and make $6 on, right? And it will sell instantly, being a 271 ranked item. So it's worth picking up for me. But I'll make some decent profit on the 2 games, right? There it is, everybody. That's my haul for today. I love finding things like the Jurassic Park dinosaur and the Darth Vader and the Chevy jacket. Really cool finds. Of course, the shoes are going to be great profit. Just don't get as excited finding shoes, right? Anyway, you know what to do. On the way out, hit that like button for me. Make sure you're subscribed. Helps the video algorithm out, and I really do appreciate it. I'm not just saying that. It means a lot when you guys hit that like button. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Till next time.